All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of the McKinney Podcast, celebrating what makes us unique by nature. Back again for our once-a-month batch recording. Fred, how's it been, man? It's been a few days since I've seen you.
Yes, legitimately, we have not seen each other since our last marathon. No, that's not true. I saw you twice at the McKinney Chamber of Commerce. But otherwise,
links.
You know what? I have really enjoyed the summer, the heat. I'm pretty much through with the heat.
You know, it is, as Roy Ponder said, who's already recorded an episode with us, and by the time people hear this episode, they'll already have Roy's out. This summer's been pretty mild compared to the last two.
Yes, but I don't know if it's because I'm in my 50s, but all of a sudden, what used to be tolerable is no longer tolerable.
Oh, my gosh. I'm not going to hear that. I just turned 40 this year, so this whole, like, old man Fred, I'm not here for it.
Just wait.
No, this is a really special episode because our guest for this episode is the first of any of the guests that we've had that neither you or I have any personal contact with before today.
That's right.
So we're coming in fresh. Audience, you are in for a treat because you get to learn about our guest right alongside us. And as we've talked about a little bit, like one of the most important things about this show for me, why we started the show, is curiosity. It's like learning about new people and doing cool things. And I think we should just go ahead and do the bio. We have an actual official intro with a bio because we're upping our game here and giving all of our guests an opportunity to provide some actual bio. So we're not just like, hey, name and title, welcome to the show. So let's crank this sucker and get you guys going here. All right, our guest is Mr. Sandeep Srivastava. He is a candidate for Texas Congressional District 3, and I'm going to read this wonderful bio here. Sandeep is a first-generation immigrant who has found success in the real estate business and helped create child care centers to help address the growing need for affordable and accessible child care services in the DFW Metroplex. Sandeep is also a longtime community activist who founded a nonprofit organization to help legal immigrants transition to the United States and continues to be on the front lines of challenging issues. He has marched alongside concerned citizens for women's rights, promoted gun safety to reduce mass shootings, and strongly supports universal pre-K, affordable childcare, universal health care, and more. Please welcome to the McKinney Podcast, Sandeep Srivastava. How's it going, man?
Good. Thank you, and good morning to everyone.
Yeah. No, fantastic. This is such a privilege to get to talk to someone that is coming in from outside. We've never crossed paths before, so thank you so much for giving some of your valuable time to us today. Fred and I have a few questions, just easy ones to get the conversation started, and then we'll just go from there and roll with it. So,
Sure.
Fred, you want to hit him with the coming to America story?
No, actually, I wanted to jump right in because I realized that our audience is a range. We don't particularly want to say we want this little section of the demographic, or in your case probably the voting section of the demographic. However, there are a lot of people who will see your signs and see you on the campaign trail. Can you, in just a few short sentences, tell us what exactly is the position of someone in Congress?
So basically, if you see, the Congress is basically they make the law for the people, and especially the congressman job is very, very important because you represent your constituency, you represent the voters who voted for you, and you have to look their interest. And especially for me, like I was looking from so many years. In Collin County, especially in Collin County or District 3, the congressmen were not doing the job. Like if you see, this is the county where we don't have any county hospital. It is very sad. This is the most growing county of the United States. Collin County is most growing county.
Okay, so with that in mind, so you make the laws for the area. And I'm sure as people tune in, whether they see your name in the description or, hear you for the first time, you came here, but give us a little of the backstory of how you got here and what brought you to the point of running for Congress?
Okay. So I came to this country like 25 years back on my work visa in IT. I used to work in IT. I came to this country with $1,000 in my pocket and with 2 suitcases in my hand. I worked in IT corporate for 15 plus years. And then I decided to live the American dream. So then I started looking to what kind of business I can start. And I don't have money also. So then I looked and did my research, and then I found, okay, real estate is a business where you don't need the money.
There you go, man.
Only you need the networking. So I took the real estate course, took my license, and I started working in the real estate. And at this time, I'm one of the top 10 real estate agents in DFW area. Because my thing is, when I was working also, I used to get every month awards. Because my thing is, when I do something, I put my 200%.
Yep.
I don't let things take control of me, but I control the things.
Yep.
So that is my philosophy, and that is what I want to work. So later on, like we were seeing our political situation in the country, and we were discussing and looking for the change and all those things. Then one day when I decided either I have to wait for the change or be the change. So then I decided, okay, I left my career, everything, and then I decided, okay, let me run for active politics.
Okay, so this was you didn't work your way up through like city council or mayor or anything like that. You immediately said, I need to be
Straight for the big shot, man.
It's not the question of big shot or small shot.
Yeah.
It is the thing is, okay, where I can represent
Impact.
more for the people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you see the Collin County is a very diverse
Oh, yeah.
community.
Mm-hmm.
We need someone who can understand everybody's problem,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's issues. It's not just like, I mean, I have seen the people in Congress, once they win, they keep on winning because people don't vote. And especially our county is a non-voting county. It's not red
Yeah.
or blue county. It is a non-voting county.
Yeah.
And if somebody gives a challenge and somebody shows them, yes, because I'm running for your kitchen table. I'm not running for anything else. I don't care what are the Democratic Party or Republican Party's party. No, I care only about the people, what they need,
Mm-hmm.
what is today's need for them, how we can get their life better.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's interesting. You know, you say you emigrated here. So that was what, late Late
It was late
90s?
98.
98, 99. Okay. And so you said 2 suitcases in hand. Did you also have your wife and children in hand with you at that point?
My wife and children followed me after a couple of months.
Okay.
When I got some job, I took the apartment, rented it, then
Man.
came my 2 kids and my wife.
You
So-
know,
oh, go ahead.
I would be remiss if we didn't pause for just a second and congratulate you on successfully living out the American dream. It is such a beautiful story. Anytime I get the opportunity to speak to someone who didn't start here, if they came from a different country and brought your own unique perspective from your country, your culture, the people of northern India, where you come from, and you travel halfway across the world, and you just deploy so much effort, and you make it happen. And you said it before we started recording, America is a country of immigrants. And I absolutely love it when I get to talk to someone who successfully made that immigrant journey, who did it the right way. There's plenty of people that immigrate and they cheat the system somehow. They cut in line, and there's hundreds of thousands or millions of people that are trying to immigrate to this country legally and do it the right way, which you did. And I would be remiss if I didn't say, man, congratulations on a successful career, on making a life here in America. regardless of how the rest of the conversation goes, regardless of how your race goes for Congress, you've already won the game of life. You have made a wonderful life for your family, for your wife, your kids. For both of your kids are wildly overachieving. Like, they're doing very cool things. You said like Cornell and law school, and it was like, man, Sandeep is winning at life. So congratulations, my man.
Thank you.
I'd be remiss if I didn't just reflect on that. Fred, I interrupted you there.
No, that's great though, and yes, I also share James' sentiments that, we believe in specifically McKinney, and for all the people in the McKinney to have hope ultimately that we do have the American dream here, and that you can live it and you can grow through it. So tell us a little bit about. So you emigrated here. Your family remained back in India when you came here. How much of a struggle was it and did you move immediately into the Collin County area, or were you somewhere else in the States?
Yeah. So obviously it was a struggle in the beginning because first time I left my home country, I was here in a new country. I have to do a lot of things, learn how to drive on here.
On the wrong side of the road?
Wrong side of the road, because we drive in India in a different side of the road over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, those kind of struggles. And plus, establishing yourself, getting a job, renting apartment, learning the culture, how to live. I mean, obviously, our English was different than American English, because in India we were born and brought up in a British English. So, I mean, it is quite a struggle, but life is a struggle. I mean, we have to take it in a positive way.
Yeah.
And then you have to live the life, yeah.
So, very important question. Cricket or soccer? Because I know both sports are very popular in India.
So, cricket and football. American football.
Okay.
Like
I can tell you a very
American football.
American football.
good football is why. So right now for me, American football is number one in sports. And so what happened? When I came here, I was working in Massachusetts in Boston,
Mm-hmm.
and I was living hardly a mile from Foxborough Stadium.
Okay.
And my neighbor, every Sunday, he will ask me, because he was working as a security officer in Foxborough Stadium, and then he will ask me, come and we'll go and see the game. I said, I don't know about this game. I never. Then in Monday, most of the people were talking about the football game at work.
Yeah.
Then I started learning in somewhere around 2000. And at 2000, when Tom Brady came.
What a time to be in the Boston area.
Yeah.
Learning football.
Learning football.
From the New England Patriots.
Yeah, and then I still remember New England game with Oakland, where it was snowing,
Yep.
like one bit of snow.
Oh, yeah.
And in last 14 seconds, they did have a field.
When Adam Vinatieri kicks the field goal.
Yeah, then I got really interested in this game.
Oh,
then
I bet you did.
Yeah, and then same year they won the Super Bowl and all this thing. And then I said,
what an amazing time to learn American
That's right.
football.
Yeah, this is the game. Yeah.
But I think that's interesting though, that so India is a very hot, dry climate, and you moved to the New England area.
Yes.
So
Cold and wet.
How long were you there, and how long did it take you to get down here to Texas?
So I was there for almost 8 years. So I was waiting for my green card, and then the company I used to work with, Fidelity Investments. So they have offices in Dallas area also. Then I asked them, it's really cold for me.
It's very cold up there. Yeah.
Move back here. So I just moved into Westlake office of Fidelity Investment and started from 2006. I am in this area.
Okay. And so then how long before you moved actually into Collin County area?
Collin County, I used to live in Flower Mound for a few years. Then in 2014, I moved to Collin County.
Okay. All right.
Now, Sandeep, I would be remiss if I didn't give you an opportunity to talk about your platform and the things that are important to you, the issues that make up your campaign. Spend some time on your website looking at the issues, the positions that you declared are important to you. It's a really interesting blend because you have some positions that are traditional Democratic Party, mandates, and you can talk about any of those that you want to. I also see a lot of moderate positions in here. A couple of things that almost seem a little libertarian. It's like decreasing foreign aid, like getting out of other conflicts elsewhere in the world. Like you've got a pretty interesting mix of positions here. You want to talk about some of the platform items that are important to you?
Yeah. So, as I said, I came to this party for the change.
Yeah.
And I'll take good of Democratic Party, good of Republican Party, because the thing is we have to work on the agenda which helps our citizens.
Yeah.
On one side, we see our people are struggling for health, and other side we are spending billions of dollars, trillions of dollars for foreign aid. So we can cut those things where is needed. Yes, America is leader country in the world. People, lot of countries in the world look for America. We have to keep on doing that role also.
Yeah.
But our citizens, our people come first. Let's invest in them, make them. So that's why I'm too much into the education also.
Yeah.
So if I'll go in Congress, I will bargain for one bill for my constituency. Like I call it, I named it also as a free federal, rural, economic and education development. So if you see, like my constituency in Hunt County, there are cities where you don't have fiber optics or internet in those areas. People are putting dishes to get the internet. And they are living hardly 20 miles, 30 miles from major cities.
Wow.
That is a really shame on us. And so that's why what this bill will do, bill will help the talented student who don't have money or resources to do the college education. Federal government should help them in doing their college education. And after their graduation, they have to commit to work 5 years in rural areas. So we'll hit 3 birds with one stone. One, we'll get our people educated. Second, we can develop the rural areas. And once you have people available in working in the rural areas, then a lot of companies will start moving towards rural area. Nobody want to pay higher real estate costs in Dallas or Collin County. They would love to have in the Greenville or like to have in Sherman or move their companies sites or businesses or hospitals when talented people are available in those areas.
You bring up the rural areas, and we've had some of our previous guests on the podcast have talked about the development of things, whether it's something as simple as expanding the McKinney Airport or expanding the highways. What do you say to the people who live out in Hunt County and the other more rural places who moved out there so that it would be rural? When you're saying more people will go out there and that will develop it, and then because you've lived here long enough, you've seen the expansion and the growth. A lot of people say they're moving to the country because they want to be in the country. So how do you balance up the idea that part of your plan is to promote more growth in population in the rural areas?
Yeah, I mean, you see, there is a need right now. A lot of people are moving from all over the U.S. to DFW area. And our cities are getting now smaller. I mean, because now if you go in Frisco and McKinney area, you will not find more. Instead of developing the more apartments or more houses, and we have to shift to little bit on the countryside now. And we have to develop the countryside also. If you go and see in after on 380 or on 75, I mean, people don't have that kind of resources available for them. They need good hospitals. They need good schools or even county colleges. I mean, those things how you will do it. expanding McKinney Airport or those things, everything is, you need money for that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think of and start doing these kind of things, where the money will itself, it will start generating.
Mm-hmm.
Once we have more businesses or more people moving or businesses moving, it will start giving money to the local economy also. And then whatever roads or hospitals or infrastructure you are putting the money, that will start self-generating. So everything, bills can be passed, and but everything is budget. And being a businessman, like I always think of first, okay, budget, where it will come from. What is the ROI? And everything is depend on ROI. We cannot just keep on increasing the deficit and all those things. We have to keep on looking those things up.
And in your, it's Freed, FREED.
Free.
Free. Oh, you're free.
Yeah.
In your free proposal. So someone who is lacking the opportunity, or basically lacking the resources for that further education, they get a scholarship, and then part of the agreement is that once they graduate, they must go and work in a rural area. That is their skin in the game.
So my thing is, they will get fully funded for their education. Okay. If they don't work 5 years in the rural area, then they have to give back that money. If they work in 5 years in rural area, then that money will be
it stays forgiven.
It stays forgiven. Yeah.
Okay.
It reminds me of some programs here in Texas for educators, where there's scholarships and grant money available to people that are studying to be teachers if they agree to go into underprivileged or under-resourced districts after graduating. And I think it's 4 years for them. I'm going to have some teacher email me and be like, actually, it's da-da-da-da-da. But what you're talking about is already being done elsewhere in other sectors. It makes a lot of sense what you're advocating for. So I'd love to learn more about that proposal.
Yep.
That's right. So, and obviously, family and children are important to you. You started the child care center.
Yes.
And when did that come about, and why did that come about?
So my wife, she is a master's in education, and her passion was always there to do something for the education or for the kids. Then we looked over here, and then we start, okay, let's start something. Then we started one daycare center, and most of the time, then we looked like how we can help the community also and make money also. Obviously, if you are doing business, you want to make money.
Yeah,
also.
it's a for-profit venture. Yeah,
exactly, it's a for-profit. But on the other side, we were thinking how we can. So we, in our all daycares, we started taking the affordable childcare. It's because there are a lot of people. Government pays for them, but most of the daycare centers don't take them. So we started doing that.
Kind of like Section 8 vouchers for housing.
Kind of
like that, but for childcare instead.
It's called CCS in the childcare industry.
Okay.
So, and we started in that, and a lot of people who are working in hourly wages and all those things who cannot afford, they were sending their kids, and now they were working. So we said, no, that's not a problem. Keeping 25-30% of those kind of kids, helping them to nurture and helping them to give a good quality of food, education. It's always good because education is backbone of any country. So that's what we started. And even in my real estate business, most of the client, I suggest them, my investors, to rent to Section 8 people. So I would say happily, like I'm one of the largest Section 8 realtor in the DFW area. We have hundreds of homes I have rented in. And even today also we are renting 2 homes to Section 8 people. So we try to help the community as well as do your business also. And everybody can do that.
Sure.
It's not a rocket science. It's an easy thing.
This is probably the most direct question I'll ask about the political race that's coming up. Obviously, when people go to the ballot box in November, they have two main choices. I'm sure there's a third-party candidate somewhere that unfortunately doesn't have a chance of winning. It's either going to be you or Keith Self winning this seat. What do you see as the biggest contrast between what Congressman Self has done since he moved into that role versus what you would do if you are elected by the good people of Texas District 3? Feel free to compare and contrast however you want to. This is your opportunity to pitch our audience.
Yeah. So again, I said in my last election bid also, I talk about my strengths. I don't talk about my opponent's weakness or what. These days we are in social media.
Mhm.
Everybody can Google it and see in last 2 years what your congressman has done for you. Or in last so many years in District 3, what you have got from your congressman. Have you seen them? Have you ever contacted them, or have they done anything in this for you? So as I said, I'll talk about my strength. Why I am here.
Yep.
As I said, I'm here to be the change. I want my voters and people, like, if you think you are looking for a change, select me this time. Give me 2 years. After 2 years, if I don't fulfill, kick me out. But I am running for you. I'm not running for Democratic Party or Republican Party or any party. I am running because I'm a local resident here. I want to see my community, my neighborhood, my citizens, my friends, my community to live in a better America. I want to give them, you can see teachers with the voucher program. Are your job is secured? What will happen to you after 5 years? Think about that. I will tell each and every voter, be mean to you. See what is good for you, your family, and for your kitchen table. Do research, then vote. Don't just blindly vote for party line.
No, 100%.
I can tell you, I served 2 terms as a Republican vice chair in Denton County Republican Party. So I have seen the good side and bad side of both parties.
Yeah.
I didn't get. So I'm here I'm a very centric. If Republican people will bring some good law, I will vote for them. If Democrats will bring something which is hurting my constituency or my voters, I'm not going to vote for it. I'm here for you. I'm running for your kitchen table. I want to give my future generation a better America. I lived American dream. I want every one of you to live the American dream. I want a county hospital in Collin County. Whether Keith do or I do, doesn't matter. We need hospital here. Collin County need the county hospital here. Our teachers or veterans, their Medicare and their jobs should be secured, or their pension programs, and they have served our country. Teachers are more important thing in my life because they make the world, they make the country.
Yeah.
Because from kindergarten, they give they make the roots stronger into the kids. So we have to respect our teachers. We have to pay them good. We have to look there after retirement. They should not be in any problem. We need to help. I am immigrant, but I support legal immigration.
Yep.
And on other side, this country needs a lot of workers, on low skilled workers. So now this is a time. The Congress should think of introducing some kind of a bill like low-skilled visa programs,
Yep.
so that we can get these people legally, everyone legally, low-skilled workers legally into this country, and help our small businesses. If you go in Collin County and talk any small business, whether it's a restaurant or a gas station or anything, everybody needs worker, and nobody is finding the worker.
Yeah.
And there are hundreds of people are standing on the borders. So we have to solve this, because I have seen no party want to solve the problem because they want to keep this.
Yeah.
Plus, the another thing is we have to develop the near shore opportunities now.
Yeah.
We do offshores, now near shores, so that we can generate in South America the factories or all this, so people can work there. They don't come to the country.
Immigration is such a complex issue. It really is. And, you know, in Texas, obviously, it's deeply personal because we have such a large border with Mexico and Central America. And, excuse me, it's probably the most complex issue of all of the big ones because there's so many different factors that play into it. And I tend to have a hard time with people on the conservative side of things that pump the rule of law and you're breaking the law, you're coming in. I totally get that. Rule of law is important. Putting myself in the shoes of someone in Central or South America, if I'm living in a country where I don't trust the police, where crime is running rampant, where there's violence everywhere, if I have a wife and kids and I'm living in poverty where I can't find a good job, I can't provide for my family, the education's not very good for my kids, the upward mobility in my country just isn't there, I could very easily be someone who immigrates to this country illegally if I were born in, pick a country down there, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Colombia, Venezuela, whatever. It doesn't matter. But as someone who was born and raised in America, obviously, I'm America first, and I think American citizens should be the first one to get government resources and whatnot. That's why I say it's such a complicated issue, because the empathy side of me goes, these people just want a better life for their family. They want to not be afraid to walk out the door of their home and be, you know, victimized by a criminal or, you know, government corruption or whatever. It's such a complicated issue.
It is a complicated issue. And the other thing is nobody want to solve this.
Yeah.
Everything you can solve if you have a will.
Yeah.
Because this issue is a big for both parties.
Yeah.
And they don't want to solve it. And everything can be solved. So we have to take steps. I mean, making wall is not a solution.
No.
Or just flooding in everyone is not a solution.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of making walls, we have to think of making bridges. Instead of flooding everyone, we have to put some legal aspect to that.
Yeah.
Bring the people, low-skilled people, in a legal way. Once they are in legal way, they will pay taxes. They will not do crimes. They will work illegally. Their kids can study here. They will help the economy also.
And when we talk about illegal immigration and we talk about the impact on our local economy, on the healthcare system, on the education system, making it easier for people to go legit, so to speak, to not exist in the shadows and marginal side of things, because so many of these people in like California and Arizona and whatnot, you know, where there's a lot of, you know, farming and agrarian, and a lot of people are existing in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
They don't show up in the system anywhere, and that makes those people very easy to take advantage of by employers that don't want to follow the law. They want to hire someone for a lot less than they should be paying them, and, you know, putting them in really bad housing situations where their kids aren't getting access to the right education. we've got to do a better job of creating opportunities for people to be legit, to raise their hand and say, yeah, I came here illegally, but I'm doing a job that most American citizens don't want to do, and I haven't committed any crimes. Give me a path to citizenship. People that have been productive members of society that haven't committed crimes, that haven't done and destructive things. That's why I say it's such a complicated issue, because the human, the Christian in me, the empathetic person in me says, God, there's got to be a better way to do this, to find a way to balance the need for the rule of law to be upheld, and for the people that are citizens of this country to be first in line for the resources of their local and state and federal government. No citizen should be left out in favor of someone who immigrated here illegally. It's such a complicated issue.
I 100% agree with you. And that's why I said, this is a time for the immigration reforms.
Yeah.
We have to seriously think how to solve this problem, whether bringing a low-skill visa program or developing nearby near-shore opportunities so that those people can get job in their country. They don't have to come. And there are so many things we can do. We can move out from China and start manufacturing in those countries. It will be a cheap labor, cheap resources. And, so there are a lot of ways we can do, but they have to, at Congress and executive level have to think over on that.
Fred, you want to hit Sandeep with some lightning round and let him get back to his day?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so we're just going to ask you a series of questions. It's one or the other. So first off, tennis or golf?
Tennis.
Tennis. All right. So pickleball or tennis?
Oh, you know he's going to say pickleball, right?
I will still go with tennis.
Still go for tennis.
Ooh, controversy.
Yes.
Okay.
How about that? All right. And then the big question: Patriots, Cowboys. Why are you hesitating?
Now,
divided loyalties.
If you have asked this question 2 years back,
Yes.
then I immediately said Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm a season ticket holder of Cowboys.
Okay.
No.
I am with Cowboys now.
As someone who's a first-generation immigrant, this might be the most controversial question we ask: cheeseburger or pizza? Because it's a lot.
I would go with pizza.
Pizza. All right. Which pizza? What's your go-to pizza?
My go-to pizza is with cheese pizza with some pineapple.
Okay.
And green peppers.
Love it.
Yeah. So
Excellent.
it gives you sweet and a little bit of.
But you know what, though?
And some jalapenos.
Pineapple on a pizza is a controversial topic all to itself.
Oh, yeah.
All to itself. All right. So, I'm just, there's so many things you said, and thank you so much for sharing your time. District 3, your congressional district, approximately what, 1 million people?
Approximately. The voters or people?
People.
I would say, yeah, more than that, because there are almost 700,000 or 600,000 are the voters.
Mm-hmm. And do you have an idea of the breakdown of demographics in terms of income level?
Yeah, income level, if all District 3, because it has Hunt County also.
Mm-hmm.
If you just separate Hunt County and Collin County, then it becomes a very different. But if you include everything, then it is almost, I will say, around 50 to 55.
Okay, so when it comes to the level of affluence, do you see that there is? Do you have an idea of what the breakdown is? Because you mentioned that you were with the Republican Party, but now you're in the Democratic Party. How do the party lines split in terms of is it balanced one or the other?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's most of the time the party. This is a kind of I would say we have more undecided or independent voters here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a non-voting people don't vote here. I have seen that as a big problem.
It's a horrible situation.
It's a horrible situation.
Yep.
And that's why I tell everybody, if you don't vote, then don't complain.
Well, I mean,
Because-
George Fuller, mayor of McKinney, was elected with like 6% of the population voting
Exactly.
for him. 85% of the population didn't cast a vote.
Same in Frisco.
It's horrible.
I mean, if you don't vote, then don't complain.
Mhm.
Because the Constitution has given you such a big power
Yeah.
of your voting.
Mhm.
Spend 5 minutes of your time.
Mhm.
It takes less than 5 minutes to vote in early voting.
Mhm.
You go, you park, you go, out, come out, and I can tell you, if you spend more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You're
No.
doing it wrong.
But see, that is the most important thing
Mhm.
for your life, for your kids, for your family,
Mhm.
for your kitchen table, for your roads, for your health, everything. So please make sure you, I'm not saying vote for me or vote for somebody else, but just go and vote. Vote. That's all we have to
Well,
do.
do your research.
Yeah, do
and
your
vote, right?
research.
Yeah.
And once you started voting, then we, the elected people or who are running, will start listening to you, because then we'll see, oh, you have the power. You can
Yeah.
replace me after 2 years. So
Mhm.
no, I have to work for you.
Mhm. Okay,
Yeah.
so give us a sound bite. Why should people vote for you?
This is the clip that we run later when we're talking about the
definitely
episode.
vote for me, because I am one of you, and you have never tested me. Test me this time. Give me 2 years. Trust me. Give me 2 years, and I can tell you one thing definitely, because I'm here for not for myself. I'm running for you, for my neighbors, for my community, for my people who are living in Collin and Hunt County. Trust me. Vote for me this time. See how I work in 2 years. I can say only one thing. I'm not left or not right. I'm a centric person. And I, even after getting elected, I'll be walking in the streets of Collin County, meeting you guys, meeting everyone. Every weekend, my plan is to sit in some Starbucks or in some place from 9 to 11 or like that, and keep on rotating in every city. Anybody can come and meet me. And so that the congressman is a public servant. He's not a VIP person that you have to take time, or you keep on sending or calling me and nobody is responding to you. No. If you need me, I'll be there. Trust me this time. Help me. And I would request to everybody, don't vote with party line. Vote for the person. Do research on me. Look and give me a chance.
Excellent. Okay, so where can people go to get more information about you?
You can visit my website, sandeepforcongress.com, or you can go on Facebook, Sandeep for Texas, or Instagram, or just
Yep.
go on Google and type my name. You can find it.
Yep.
And help me, help my campaign. And I can assure you, I'll be same person
Nice.
even after November.
Well, Sandeep, it's been a real pleasure to have you here. Thank you for giving us some of your valuable time. And I think this is a great place to end the episode. We wish you good luck in November, and hope the turnout is significantly better than historical trend. And Fred, I think that's a good place to stop. You got anything else before we go? I don't mean to take the mic out of your hand.
No. The big question, the final, ultimate.
Are we going to do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Listen, our audience is listening.
I
for
didn't
this.
know if we were going to do it.
Yes,
It
we
seemed like
we have to do
okay.
it. We have to do it.
Okay. Sandy, we asked this question of everybody at the very end of the episode, and my music isn't loaded because we had a little bit of an issue, so we'll have to put that in post. But who would win in a fight between a polar bear and a great white shark in a pool of infinite size? There's no edges to the pool, but the pool is only 6 feet deep. Who would win, polar bear or shark?
I mean, obviously, but I think polar bear.
Yeah? Why is that?
I mean, shark needs a lot of water because shark is powerful more in water
Yep.
instead of.
And it attacks from underneath.
Yeah.
There you go.
Attacks underneath,
right.
yeah.
So Sandeep is Team Polar Bear.
That's right. Well, Team Polar Bear, but slightly centric.
Yeah.
You know, he
He
is
can go
truly
both
living that.
ways.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You know, so
Awesome.
but his first answer was polar bear, so we will add in.
There
the
you go.
thing.
He is Sandeep Srivastava. Did I say your name right there?
Very correct.
Awesome. I practiced that. I wanted to make sure I got it right. And he is running for Texas District 3 for the United States Congress. This has been another episode of the McKinney Podcast. Make it a great day, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Y'all take care.